Emily, the cub is in a ravine it can't get out, and the snow is worsening. Her radio crackled intermittently, range of voices whispering urgency and concern. Suddenly, a rustle to her left made her pause. A deer appeared, small and nimble, stepping cautiously through the snow, its ears flicking toward her. Its presence was unexpected, yet strangely comforting, as if the mountain itself had sent a companion. Emily crouched slightly, speaking in a soft tone. "All right. I'm not here to hurt you." The deer blinked, then stepped closer, eyes alert, as if sensing that something needed to be done. Ahead, the ravine yawned like a frozen chasm. The panda's cries echoed faintly from the icy pit below. Emily leaned over the edge, spotting the small trembling form pressed against a jagged rock. One paw was twisted unnaturally, another caught in a tangle of thorned branches. Every shallow breath seemed a fragile thread holding it to life. A hiker emerged from the fog, muttering, "You shouldn't go down there. It's dangerous, let it die. Nature will handle it." Emily turned, eyes sharp. Nature didn't abandon it. People are abandoning it. That's why I'm here. The hiker took a step back, unsettled by her calm authority. Emily ignored the murmurs from the distant trail. Her focus was absolute. Each move had to be precise. One misstep could send the panda tumbling further, crushing its chances. She reached into her pack, pulling out straps, a reinforced hook, and thermal blankets. The wind howled, rattling the trees and snow-laden branches. The panda shrieked, a small piercing sound that sent echoes across the cliffs. Emily's heart thumped in sync with the animal's frantic rhythm. She descended carefully, rope secured to a nearby pine, every footfall deliberate. The deer followed at a safe distance, its presence a silent encouragement. "Hey, it's okay. I'm here," Emily whispered, her voice gentle but firm. She extended her gloved hand, allowing the panda to sniff her scent, grounding it in the presence of someone who meant no harm. The panda flinched, hissing softly, yet it didn't retreat entirely. A sudden crack, snow sliding from a ledge, made the panda panic. Its body shivered violently. Emily steadied it with one hand, heart racing. "Steady. I've got you," she murmured. Her other hand adjusted the rope, securing the line to prevent any further slips. Minutes passed like hours. Each careful tug and nudge brought the panda closer to a safer ledge. The deer moved with almost instinctive precision, its hooves crunching in the snow, keeping pace, as if silently guarding the rescue operation. Emily's breaths were shallow, focused entirely on the fragile life before her. The sun broke slightly through the fog, casting a muted glow over the frozen landscape. Emily could see the panda's chest rising more evenly, a faint sign of hope. She whispered encouragements, each word a thread, connecting trust between rescuer and animal. Above, the fog-shrouded cliffs seemed indifferent, the winds carrying doubt and danger. But Emily Hartley did not waver. One wrong move, and everything could collapse. Yet with each careful adjustment, rope secured, and step measured, the panda inched closer to safety. She looked up at the watching hiker, then down at the panda. "Fear is natural. Abandonment is not," she said, her voice carrying across the silent mountain. The panda whimpered softly, sensing, perhaps for the first time, that it wasn't alone. The deer stood near the ledge, ears twitching, eyes following every movement. Emily reached the final stretch, the panda's frail paws finding purchase on the snow-covered rock. Her heart raced, each second stretched taut. She spoke softly, guiding it to lie down on the makeshift cushion of branches and blankets she had prepared. The first small measure of safety was achieved, but the journey wasn't over. Emily's eyes never left the panda, her hands steady, ready for the next phase: extraction, treatment, and ensuring life would continue. In the quiet aftermath, with only the wind and distant call of birds as witness, Emily Hartley remained crouched beside the panda, the deer standing sentinel nearby. The mountain had tested them all, and for now, survival had been reclaimed from the edge. The city of snow and rock had ignored it. The hiker had doubted it, yet a single act of courage, a refusal to abandon, had begun rewriting a fate that seemed sealed. The wind had picked up, slicing through the cliffs with icy precision. The panda trembled on the ledge, fragile against the vast expanse of the mountain. Emily's hands were steady, her eyes scanning the path ahead. Every step mattered. She knew one slip could undo all the progress she had fought to make. The deer remained nearby, ears alert, almost sensing the dangers that lurked in the foggy crevices. Suddenly, a sharp crack echoed from above. A chunk of ice fell from the ridge, landing dangerously close to the panda. It let out a frightened cry. Eyes wide, body trembling, Emily's voice rang clear and commanding. "Stay calm. I've got you." She shifted, adjusting the rope harness she had fashioned, ensuring it held securely. The panda flinched, then slowly leaned into her guidance. Minutes later, movement stirred from above. Hikers and onlookers had gathered, their whispers a mix of doubt and fear. "She's crazy. It's too dangerous," one muttered. Another shook their head. "That animal's doomed." Emily ignored them. Their hesitation had already cost enough lives. She had learned long ago that courage often looked like defiance to the timid. A sudden rustle in the trees drew her attention. From the mist, a rescue team appeared. Veterinarians and wildlife specialists, drawn by the earlier distress call. Their faces displayed a mix of concern and relief as they took in the scene. Emily stood tall, voice firm. "Prepare the stretcher and anesthesia. We move carefully. Every motion matters." The specialist quickly set up, but the panda resisted, fear radiating through its every movement. Emily knelt, whispering softly, coaxing the animal. The deer circled protectively, keeping curious eyes and accidental intrusions at bay. Every heartbeat seemed synchronized, hers, the panda's, the mountain's own rhythm. As the specialist approached, Emily revealed the depth of her experience. "Frosthawk here," she said, touching her call sign badge. "I've handled high-altitude rescues before. Follow my lead, and we get this animal safe." The team's skepticism faded, replaced by trust. They moved in precise coordination, following Emily's instructions. The extraction was tense. Each pull of the rope, each careful lift, was executed with painstaking attention. The panda's paw slipped once, and Emily's gloved hand caught it midair, grounding it with a whispered reassurance. The deer nudged the panda gently with its snout, as if lending silent courage. Finally, after what felt like an eternity, the panda was secured on the stretcher. Emily guided the team to a safer plateau, where the ambulance could reach. Her hands rested lightly on the carrier, murmuring encouragement. The panda's breathing had steadied. Its black eyes blinked, no longer wide with panic. As the rescue vehicle approached, onlookers held their breath. Emily looked at the gathered crowd and said softly, yet firmly, "Compassion requires action. Fear has no place when a life depends on you." There was a pause, then murmurs of respect. Many who doubted now nodded, understanding what courage truly meant. The specialists loaded the panda, and Emily remained for a final moment, eyes meeting those of the loyal deer, who had stood unwavering through the ordeal. She whispered, "You helped save a life today. Thank you." The deer blinked, as if acknowledging the silent bond forged in the high mountains. The ambulance doors closed, carrying the panda towards safety. Emily watched until it disappeared into the mist, a mixture of exhaustion and quiet triumph washing over her. The mountain was silent again. But now, one life had been rescued, one bond had been formed, and one act of unwavering courage had left its mark. Strength, she thought, isn't measured by power or might. It is measured by the lives we refuse to abandon, the courage to act when others hesitate, and the compassion that echoes far beyond a single moment. And on that misty mountainside, with snow settling around her boots and the deer by her side, Emily Hartley knew that sometimes saving one life could ripple through countless hearts, reminding the world that no voice, human or animal, should ever go unheard.